Abigail, courage that chose peace. In the hill country near Maon and Carmel lived a very wealthy man named Nabal. He owned thousands of sheep and goats across the hills. Though he had great wealth, he was known for being harsh, foolish, and difficult to deal with. Nabal's wife Abigail was very different. She was wise, thoughtful, and kind. While Nabal caused trouble with his pride and anger, Abigail was respected for her good judgment and gentle strength. At that time, David and his men were hiding in the wilderness from King Saul. About 600 men were with him, moving from place to place and living in difficult conditions. While they camped near Nabal's shepherds, David's men protected the flocks from thieves and wild animals. The shepherds later said David's men were like a wall around them. Nothing was stolen, and no sheep were lost. Then sheep shearing season came, a time of feasting and celebration. David heard that Nabal was holding a large feast, and he decided to send messengers to ask for provisions. David's men greeted Nabal respectfully. They reminded him that they had treated his shepherds well and protected his flocks. Then they humbly asked whether he would share some food from his feast. But Nabal answered with scorn and anger. He mocked David and refused to help. His harsh words dishonored David's kindness and insulted the men who had protected his household. One of Nabal's servants quickly ran to Abigail. He warned her that David's men had been good to them, but Nabal had responded foolishly. Now danger was coming, and the whole household was at risk. Abigail acted at once. She gathered 200 loaves of bread, 2 skins of wine, 5 prepared sheep, roasted grain, 100 raisin cakes, and 200 fig cakes. She loaded them onto donkeys and set out quickly. As Abigail rode along the mountain path, David and his armed men were coming toward her. When she saw David, she quickly got down from her donkey and bowed low before him. Abigail said, "My lord, please listen to me. Do not pay attention to Nabal, for he is foolish." Even though the wrong was not hers, she stepped into the moment with humility and courage. Then Abigail urged David not to take revenge. She reminded him that the Lord would establish his life and give him a future. She pleaded with him not to carry the burden of needless bloodshed on his conscience. David listened, and his anger began to fade. He praised God for sending Abigail to meet him. He blessed her wisdom and thanked her for keeping him from taking revenge with his own hands. Abigail returned home and found Nabal holding a feast, drunk and careless, completely unaware of how close disaster had come. She waited until morning to tell him what had happened. When Nabal heard the news, he was overcome with shock. About 10 days later, he died. David understood that God had kept him from wrongdoing and had dealt with the matter without David's revenge. Abigail's story reminds us that wisdom and courage can change the course of anger. Instead of violence, she chose humility. Instead of revenge, she chose peace. Because one person stepped forward with courage and wisdom, many lives were spared. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Matthew chapter 5, verse 9.